how to reduce tailbone pain in pregnancy, very common issue. Before we begin, we need some props. Please grab a big towel. And I'm using a massage ball, but no worries, if you don't have a massage ball, just grab a bunch of socks and I show you how we can make small teeny tiny massage ball out of socks. And grab a small pillow. Now, the first one, we're really working on a position. Is there any position, seated one, where you can feel your tailbone less? I suggest the mermaid. So basically you bend one knee, second knee, and you put one foot against other leg. Mermaid does feels nicer than usual sitting. And the second option, if you have to sit on a chair, for example, for work, you can grab a towel and we're rolling it to make a circle. Basically, we're trying to imitate donut pillow. Of course, you can buy a donut pillow, but this way feels nice. You can use it in a car, on a go, and it's very easy. So you make a round circle first, but you leave a small space for your tailbone to sit. And then depending, on the booty size, you're going to adjust it to smaller or bigger, and basically just play around to find the most comfortable position. What we want to do, we want to sit on your glute muscles, but we want to keep tailbone free, and it does feel better. I'm on the third trimester, and quite frequently I experience tailbone discomfort, which is, by the way, normal in our case. Now we're going to move to myofascial release. You can think of it as a massage, but we are addressing not only muscles, but myofascia, connecting tissue around the muscles. Now, not everyone may have a ball. We're going to get creative and we're going to make a ball out of socks. It takes a little bit of time, and doesn't matter size of the socks or whether it's Pilates socks or usual socks. It's not going to roll that well. However, it serves the purpose and you can definitely use it for massage. In terms of the massage ball, it should be hard for this purpose. And give me a few more seconds. I'm still working on my socks ball. We want to make it hard. So we don't want to use soft winter socks, I guess. The idea is very easy. You're going to put the ball or ball made out of socks, and not on a bony part. It shouldn't be on a tailbone. It should not be on your hip bone or your sit bone. It should be on the glute. You roll it forward and back. Upper body position could be on the elbows, as I'm doing right now, or could be on the wrist. I'm a little bit heavy on the wrist. However, if you go higher, you may feel deeper massage. And basically try to find the spot where you feel the hardest, the most painful part. Again, it should be muscle and tissue connecting muscles. It should not be bones. And just keep going. If you want to put more weight, put one leg on top. Now we're turning around into side-seated position, and we're moving closer to the hip bone to roll all area, just to show you that I'm not lying and it's possible with the socks. Same idea. Put it in the most painful spot. You can do movements forward or back, side to side, or even circle movements in a different direction. It does hit in quite hard. Again, with socks, it's not going to roll that well, but it's perfect for massage. For purpose of this video, of course, we're doing whole week myofascial release, but ideally, you want to do it more than 30 seconds on one spot, ideally around 1 to 2 minutes to get some meaningful results. And of course, balanced body, we want to do it on the other side as well.
Everyone is different, so find your nice spot where you feel the biggest relief. I'm gonna do it with the socks again. Of course, with a ball, it's just easier, but not everyone is having high balls. It does hit the spot. So that was a second option, how we can release tailbone pain by releasing tension of muscles around tailbone. Now we're going to move to exercises. We're going to go to all fours position. My wrist under the shoulder, knees under the hip. I'm starting with a gentle cat and cow. Overall, cat and cow should be your favorite exercise in pregnancy. And here I focus on flexion in the lower back. And when I go to extension, I focus on extension in the upper body, less on lower back, because your tummy is pulling you down and bringing you to extension anyway. For the next exercises, we're trying to loosen up hips a little bit. It looks very easy, but it is quite hard. Keeping your body stable, trying to bring one knee and one hip up without moving opposite hip to the side. Just gonna do few more circle movements to loosen up hips even more. One direction and another. Basically go by flow. As big circles as you feel comfortable. All fours could be quite difficult for a long time in a pregnancy. So if you need a break between, don't be shy. Go ahead into child pose in between. Now I want to open up hips. This one is quite deep stretch, dynamic. Make sure you're starting with very, very small range. I suggest just few reps from 4 to 6. And if you feel nice afterwards, the next day or the day after, you can go to the deeper stretch. Because it feels easy, but big hip opening exercise. We're going to do it on both sides. I think for the purpose of this video, I just do 6. And we're going to move on to very quick child pose. I think a favorite exercise. Of course, depending how big is the belly, the child pose range will be different. So try to find your comfortable range, and you can use even ball or blocks under your arms to create a bigger space. I do cat and cow again. Same thing. Focus on flexion in the lower back more. And when you go to extension, think of your chest extending. Less on lower back, more on the upper spine. And we're moving on to the last tricky bit sequence. I didn't take a pillow. So I'm trying to improvise with a towel and small pillow. But ideally, if you have a big cushion, maybe sofa cushion, would be even nicer. I want to create a space where you can put your shoulders and neck, head safely to elevate you a little bit. We're going to do breathing variation with a pelvic clock and movement of the hips. The whole purpose, I want you to be elevated. Your shoulders should be on the pillow. And again, ideally, you have a bigger cushion than me. Foot, heel position under the knee. We're going to start with a small, simple breathing. Bring your hips up, stay there. Comfortable range, don't push too high. Now I'm dropping one hip down, returning back to the starting position and dropping another hip down. Watch out for your knees. We want to keep knees very stable. less movement in the knees, movement initiated from the hip. That will allow you to loosen up any tension around tailbone. Now, tricky part. We're gonna drop belly button and then tailbone. So before we were rocking side to side, now we're rocking forward and back. Belly button and tailbone. Everyone will have a different range. Once you're done with that, go circle. Left hip, belly button, right hip, tailbone. Few circles one direction and few circles other direction. So it is a pelvic clock variation, which really works well to loosen up tension for tailbone. I'm going to do gentle twist side to side. Stretch hips a little bit, stretch lower backs, and going back to the seated position from the side. That was all for today. And check out my other prenatal workout videos. And girl, good luck.